Danya Sarter made history when she was elected and became Jonesboro's first ever mayor of color.
Lord Mayor, go ahead, it's very inappropriate for you to do what you do.
Jonesboro mayor is announcing her resignation.
Mayor Danya Sarter delivered the news through tears during a special called meeting just hours ago.
The next day.
Last evening, I gave the public an indication that I would resign on April 19, 2025. However, after speaking with numerous residents, constituents, business owners, stakeholders in and around the city of Jonesboro, I've changed my mind and will not offer a resignation as mayor.
All right, let's get into it. Mayor Danya Sarter isn't just a regular politician. She's a full-blown chaotic spectacle. I know many of you guys think that once Tiffany Haney leaves, there'll be nothing to talk about. I'm telling you, that is the furthest from the truth. So let's talk about Mayor Sarter. Since taking office, her leadership has been a never-ending whirlwind of scandals, legal battles, and full-blown shouting matches at City Hall.
Mayor Pro Tem, for the record, if you speak again when I have not acknowledged you, you will not speak for the rest of this session.
Mayor.
Nope.
The Mayor Pro Tem walking out.
Just let her leave.
Should leave too.
Just let her leave.
I'm not going to be talking to you.
You don't have to.
Very inappropriate. Lord Mayor, go ahead, it's very inappropriate for you to do what you do.
Jonesboro's first black mayor made history, but instead of ushering a new era of progress, she brought dysfunction, paranoia, and a political environment so toxic it could be only classified as hazardous waste. Before we dive into her headline-making 24-hour resignation flip-flop, let's take a step back to ask a real question. Who is Danya Sarter, and why has everything under her leadership turned into a train wreck? Let's get into it. So we made a video about her a while ago, but let's bring it back to those who may not know who she is. This mayor made history in 2023 as Jonesboro's first black female mayor, winning elections with a record voter turnout. She campaigned on unity, transparency, and dismantling systematic racism. She renamed the street that was called the White Line. It was a relic of segregation to Star Drive. That gesture initially won some goodwill, but the cracks formed pretty fast. This mayor's leadership style, we can call it authoritarian meets Twitter troll. She fought with city council within months, accusing colleagues of racism, bullying staff, and sparking lawsuits faster than when you can say forensic audit.
Can I do a better job at remaining calm during council meeting? I'm a work in progress.
I'm not bullying. I'm not bullying. Y'all can stop being so racist. Maybe I wouldn't have to. Yeah, you're right, here we go. Let's expose what you all said behind closed doors, little cowards.
Here's where things go from bad politician to what the hell is going on. Former Jonesboro police officers claim that Sarter actually pulled a gun on a police lieutenant inside City Hall.
Two former Jonesboro police officers have now filed a lawsuit in federal court saying they were retaliated against and fired after reporting alleged wrongdoing by the mayor.
There are several allegations in the lawsuit, including a claim that Sarter pulled a gun on Newsom.
A formal complaint a police lieutenant allegedly filed after he says the mayor took out a gun from her desk and pointed it directly at him before putting the gun in her handbag.
Misuse of police resources, quid pro quo, and ultimately termination when these men stepped forward. However, Sarter has maintained the whole ordeal is rooted in racism because she's the first black mayor.
The Georgia Borough investigation didn't find enough evidence for criminal charges, but the city investigator found that she violated workplace policies. Now, Sarter's response was, well, this is just a political hit job. This story keeps getting crazier because those officers who reported the gun incident were fired and now they're suing for retaliation. So even if you give her the benefit of the doubt, this is still next level recklessness. Most politicians get in trouble for mismanaging funds or shady deals, but Sarter allegedly pulling guns on cops is just pure insanity. Sarter's relationship with the city council is as stable as a house of cards in a tornado. One of her biggest fights, the council wanted an ethics committee to investigate misconduct in city government. Seems reasonable, right? Not to this mayor. Instead of supporting transparency, she threw out accusations of racism, claiming that the whole thing was just an attempt to strip her powers. At city meetings, she called city council members racist cowards and threatened to silence the mayor pro tem if she kept talking. Eventually, the mayor pro tem walked out because honestly, who wouldn't? This isn't how adults, let alone elected officials, are supposed to handle disagreements. This is grade school lunchroom drama playing out in City Hall.
Not allow you all to stop it. I have not weaponized any because sue me for anything that I've done that's not applicable to me. That's what y'all are pissed about.
Under this mayor, city employees fled like rats from a sinking ship. The director of public works, gone. The finance director, peace out. The IT director deleted. Council members say that her leadership style is to blame, calling it toxic and fear-driven. Employees apparently worried about speaking out would lead to retaliation. Sonar, of course, denies everything and claims that they all just left for better paying jobs. Sure, when people keep quitting under your watch, maybe, just maybe, you're the problem. And this mayor's go-to move whenever she's criticized, call it racism.
She called the allegations racially motivated.
But I do believe a lot of this has to be connected to me being the first African American in this situation. So I am the first African American to sit in this seat.
This comes right out of Haynier's playbook. What's the evidence? A court-approved restraining order that she later used to paint herself as a victim. Now let's be real, racism in politics is a serious issue, but when you constantly use it as a shield against any and all criticism, it loses meaning. Even many of the residents who voted for her are fed up, saying that she's more focused on playing the victim than actually governing. Instead of answering tough questions, she deflects. Instead of uniting the people, she only deepens the divide. And that's the last thing this city needs. But as you all know, it's all about the money. The city council wanted a forensic audit to make sure taxpayer money was being spent properly. This mayor initially acted like she was on board. Then, shockingly, she flipped, calling it a witch hunt. If there's nothing to hide, why fight it? The audit could clear her name, but instead she made it into a battle, fueling speculation that something definitely shady was going on. Meanwhile, residents are just stuck watching their tax dollars get flushed down the drain while these politicians fight and bicker. This isn't leadership, this is a circus. But let's talk about this 24-hour resignation flip-flop. Let's talk about the cherry on top of this disaster Sunday. Her legendary resignation and then immediate comeback. So picture this, a dramatic, emotional resignation announcement. The city braces for a change.
I am so grateful for the opportunity to have been elected as the 16th mayor of the city of Jonesboro. I'm even more honored to have been the first Black elected to this position. I don't quit. And this isn't quitting. I chose myself.
Most of the meeting was held behind closed doors in executive session, but the mayor said the council called for a forensic audit.
Then, before anyone even has time to update their LinkedIn profile, she reverses the decision. Turns out, after speaking with the residents and business owners, she suddenly decided that resignation was a bad idea. Right.
Last evening, I gave the public an indication that I would resign on April 19, 2025. However, after speaking with numerous residents, constituents, business owners, stakeholders in and around the city of Jonesboro, I've changed my mind and will not offer a resignation as mayor. When I gave the indication, I was under distress by several colleagues who have nefarious reasons for trying to force me out of my duly elected position.
Now, not only does this make her look indecisive, but it threw the entire city government into a legal limbo. The council tried to proceed with accepting her resignation, but Sonar fought back, saying that the special meeting was illegal because it lacked a 48-hour notice. The whole thing was a mess, because, of course, it is a mess.
According to state law and our city charter, there can be no special call meetings without first providing the mayor and council at least 48 hours notice. That notice would have had to be delivered personally to me and all city council members on Wednesday, March 5th, 2025 at 6 p.m. Therefore, I will not be attending an unlawful meeting this evening, and therefore there can be no lawful meeting of the council this evening to accept a resignation that simply does not exist and has not been tendered.
At this point, this was less about governance and more about reality TV drama.
But the mayor has been constantly under attack by some of the colleagues on the council. They've been stalking her at her house, telling her she can't leave town more than 12 hours without letting them know. She's been under a lot of duress and emotional strain because of this, to the point where yesterday you all saw that she thought about resigning.
Why is this mayor acting this way? Let's take a step back. What is going on with Sonar? Why is everything under her watch is a full-blown disaster? Well, let's talk about some of the things that we've already seen. Let's talk about a few theories here. Ego and power struggles. She refuses to admit fault and sees every challenge as a personal attack. She also thinks anyone who questions her must be plotting against her. Paranoid. And she just seems like she's in over her head and constantly making impulsive decisions. Whatever the reason, the results are the same. Jonesboro is stuck in this political nonsense. Jonesboro is pretty screwed at this point. If this mayor refuses to step down in the council, the dysfunction will only get worse. For the city to move forward, one of two things need to happen. Sonar needs to step down, or the council needs to find a way to neutralize her power. Until then, the city remains a political battleground with the residents paying the price for all this chaos. Mayor Donna Sauter's time in office has been a train wreck of epic proportions. Her 24-hour resignation stunt was just a cherry on top of a tenure filled with scandals, lawsuits, and petty fights. And the people of Jonesboro need to figure something out. They need a leader focused on fixing the problems, not creating the problems. But until Sauter is out of office, it looks like the drama will continue. So the big question is now, how much longer can Jonesboro survive this political nonsense? Let me know what you guys think about this story in the comments below. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.